everyone, this video is for Border Hammers talent show, and today I'm gonna make some biscuits. I love to cook, and you know, I guess that's a talent. Anyway, I hope you like them. So it's a pretty simple recipe. Wait, for my subscribers, all 7 of you, thanks for subscribing, and hopefully I'm gonna have some more videos now since I now have a camera again. Anyway, so for this recipe we're gonna need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and I'm just gonna put it in the food processor. You don't need to use a food processor if you don't have one, but it's just so much easier to mix it in there. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not always very precise. So okay, it's 2 cups. Put that in there. And then we're gonna use 1 tablespoon of baking powder. This is 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Put that in there. Then we're gonna use half a teaspoon of baking soda. Put that in there. And we're gonna use 1 tablespoon of sugar. A tip for your sugar is that if you've ever used a vanilla bean and you don't know what to do with it after you've scraped out the little seeds, you can just put them in your sugar and you have nice and fragrant vanilla sugar. Anyway, yeah. And then we're gonna use 1 teaspoon of salt. I use kosher salt. Use it for everything. But you know, you use anything you have. 1 teaspoon in there. Then just want to level it out so I can put the attachment on there. Then we're going to use 1 whole stick of butter, and I chopped it up a little bit so you know it just makes it easier for the food processor to process it. So this is 1 whole stick of butter, and put it in there. So at this stage, if you wanted to make cheese biscuits, you can just add half a cup of cheese in here, or yeah, cheese and chives. That sounds good. I would put in half a cup of cheese and then maybe a tablespoon of chopped up chives in there if you wanted to go that route, but I'm just making plain old biscuits today. So I'm going to put on my little attachment here, and I'm just going to whisk this up. Okay. Then you want to check it, because you don't really want this to, you don't want to mix in the butter. You want little pieces of butter in there. Like, you just want it to look like fine cornmeal. I think that's done actually. Okay. Yeah, I think that's done. Okay, so now I'm going to transfer this to a bowl. So I'm going to transfer it into my metal bowl here. Like that. And usually I get flour all over the place, but that's okay. And you can see the consistency of this. You still have the little pieces of butter here. And oh yes, you want to use really cold butter for this, because you don't want to mix in the butter with the flour. You want it in there, but you don't want it, you know, integrated into the flour, because these little pieces of butter is going to make us really flaky biscuits, because as they sit in the dough, they heats up, they kind of poof up, and they make for really flaky biscuits. So yeah, that's why they need to be really cold when you put them in there. And so now we're going to use 3/4 of a cup of milk. I'm using 1% low-fat milk because that's what I drink. That's what I always have in the house, so I'm going to use that. You can use buttermilk, you can even use half and half if you have that. I've used it before. It's delicious. You can use, you know, whatever milk you have, or cream, or buttermilk. So 3/4 of a cup of that. 3/4 of a cup of milk. Like that. I'm gonna mix it in there. Pour it in there. And mix it. And you don't want to mix this too much because it's gonna make our biscuits really tough, and we want nice fluffy flaky biscuits. I've made this recipe so many times. I usually make biscuits on Sunday mornings, and so it's pretty much foolproof since I've made it that many times, as I said before. See, you just want it barely to come together like that. And I need something to scrape off. I never have all my stuff with me, stuff that I need. Anyway, so scrape it off. Oh, and very important, our oven is set to 450 degrees, and so you need to set that before you start making these biscuits, because we want the oven to be ready when our biscuits are ready. Yeah, very important. So now I'm going to take a little bit of flour, put it on there. This is clean, I've cleaned it before. You want to use your hand, and then you just want to bring it together. You know, it does not need to be wet. You don't want a really wet dough. See, it looks a bit crumbly, but that's how we want it. So now we're ready to cut our biscuits. And you're gonna take a sheet pan. I'm gonna use one of my handy dandy biscuit cutters. I got this online. I don't remember where. I think it was on Amazon. But if you don't have a biscuit cutter, you can use any kind of glass. I usually use a red wine glass because it's about the same size as this. So put a little flour on there so it doesn't stick, and you just press down. And there's our first biscuits. So now we're gonna brush the tops of this with some, you can make some egg wash. It's just gonna be 1 egg with a teaspoon of water, and you mix it together, and then you just brush it over here. But I'm gonna use cream today. Just gonna top this lightly with some cream, and this is just gonna make it nice and brown. And then we're just gonna pop the tray in the oven till they're golden brown and delicious. Your biscuits should cook between 15 and 20 minutes. Just check it after 15 minutes. If it's not brown after 15 minutes, leave it in a little while for it to brown, and it should be ready. So I'm gonna grab myself one, and ooh, nice and steamy. Some butter on it. This butter is good. Remember, there's only a whole stick of butter. And then I'm gonna use some honey because I love it with honey. Sometimes I use strawberry jam with whipped cream. It's really good too. Or you can even, you know, do a savory one and use cheese. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this. If you did, please subscribe. Check out the other recipes on my channel. If you have any questions, cooking questions that you want me to address, or something you want to try to make, I will check it out and see if I can help you with it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.